Alright, shalom, man. We back again. I'll give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's your boy Sleep, El Swanyo for the Northern Tribes. Reporting live from Chasing Precepts, where we will be chasing precepts, alright? Line upon line, baby. But this is the last installment of the 4 horses of Revelation chapter 6 and Zechariah chapter 6, alright? This is my favorite one. This is the white horse. Okay, this one may be a little bit longer. This is the black man on the white horse. Alright, now everybody knows about Jesus and all this here, you know what I'm saying, how he just loves, he just loves everybody. Jesus just love. That's all Jesus is. Okay, well, first off, that ain't even his real name. Alright, Jesus Christ is a title. It means anointed savior. It's not his name. Alright, he has a Hebrew name. Now, if you choose to say his name in Greek, then don't get mad at us for saying his real name in Hebrew. Alright? That's first off. Second off, when the brother comes back, understand that he was put to death before he left, bro. Alright? Now, I am a so-called black man myself. And he was human at one point. So me and him can have the same thoughts. Now, I'm not perfect like that brother, because that brother held the laws, did all of them. He is our shining example of how a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American man is supposed to be. That's what the word Christian is for, is to be Christ-like. He's supposed to be like this brother. This brother kept the Passover. This brother kept the laws. He didn't eat no pork. He didn't eat no shrimp. All right? He taught the word, and he stood up strong. And he said things that people didn't like. Sorry, bro. This is the part of the truth. This book is not going to be nice for you, partner. Okay? His own people was trying to kill him. It's the same thing I was talking about this morning. It's the same exact thing. His own people. Because Jake don't want to hear the truth from another Jake. Because the only thing in their minds, who is this nigga? Who this nigga think he is? Who give him the right? It's the same thing he was doing, the same thing he doing to us. Alright? So understand that he was put to death horribly, in the blackest way ever. How could you believe that? You know, and I'm just ranting right now before I get to the actual study, but how can you believe he's white? He died the blackest way ever. Beat him, hung him, made fun of him. So when he come back, it ain't gonna be smiles and Hallmark cards, man. It ain't gonna be no, oh man, there go Jesus, yeah. Everybody, no, buddy. It ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be that straight, for all my New Orleans people, that straight, yeah, okay, when he come back. There's nothing more dangerous on this earth than a mad black man. Forget a mad black woman. That ain't nothing. Nothing more dangerous than a mad so-called black man. All Latino. Or Native American, alright? And that brother's coming back with all that fury. So, without further ado, let's get started with Revelation chapter 6, verse 1. And I saw, when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now, understand, all the horses have rid by then. They've all ridden. Okay? All the horses have gone out. The red, the pale, the black. Okay? They're all going out at this point, man. The grizzled and bay horses and Scott, they're all going out. There's only one left. Okay? And the Lamb is that rider. And his name is Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus, okay? And he's going forth to conquer. Not to ask politely and spread love. He's going forth to conquer. Alright? When you conquer something, bro, that ain't pretty. So, let's get Revelation 19 and 11. Because we understand the brother is coming forth to conquer. Which means he's coming to fight. This is Revelation 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So whatever war he's making, it's in pure righteousness, man. I don't care how ugly it is. I don't care how nasty it is. It's pure righteousness when he makes war on this earth. Okay? So we know in righteousness he's going to judge and make war. We know that it said that he's coming on a white horse. Now, I'm going to get something for you. Psalms 45, 3 verse 4. To show you that this has been the plan from the beginning, okay? Yahushua was talked about in the Old Testament as that right hand, all right? It's been talked about what he's coming to do off that right side, man. This is Psalms 45. Let's go 3 through 4. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with thy glory and thy majesty, and in thy majesty ride prosperously, Salakia, because of truth and meekness and righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Okay? Now we know that Yahushua is on the right hand side of the Most High. He says he's going to teach you terrible things, man. This is war. Is war pretty? Is it nice? It's terrible. Now imagine the Son of God with all the power of the Most High making war, man. That's pretty horrible, man. Hold on one second, y'all. Right. Slakia. So we know that he's going to make war in righteousness, and it's going to be a terrible thing. And he's on the right side of the Most High, man. All right. Which he earned for dying for his people. Matthew 1 and 21. So now let's get Matthew 16, 27. There's going to be a lot of points on here. It may sound redundant, but I'm trying to drive the fact home. Okay? So we're still dealing with that right side. Okay, Matthew 16 and 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Okay, so now we know he's coming on a white horse. We know he's coming to make war on that white horse. And we know he's coming with the glory of his Father, that right-hand side. He's coming with his boys. He ain't coming by himself. His boys come and get down with him. They come and get some too. So understand, if you are part, which we'll get to in the latter part of the lesson, but if you're in the military, man, a UN troop, a NATO troop, you signed up to fight the Most High. I don't care how you cut it. I don't care how you slice it. If you're in the army, okay, if you're in the army during that time, you're going to fight Christ. Plain and simple, bro. Because if you're Jake, you ain't supposed to be in the army any damn way fighting this man's war. All right? So get out now if you are, because you will be fighting Christ in the end. All right? And I'm going to pull that up in 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha at the end so you can get a full view. All right? Understand that, though, for those Jakes that join the army, man. You fighting Christ, bro. Get out while you can. All right? So now when it says that he's coming in the clouds, all right? It says that he's coming in the clouds. Now, in Revelation 6, it says that he's coming on a white horse. Now, from these examples, it's going to tell you he's coming on a cloud. All right? So, let's get Matthew 24, 30. All right? Some of them going to be redundant. We're just trying to drive a fact home. Let's start at 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, of what days? Of those horses, those red horse and that black horse and that pale horse. Okay? After those done riding, it's complete destruction. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Remember that part. If you're listening right now, you know, you got a little piece of paper, write that down. The powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's Matthew 24 and 29. Remember that. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Now we know he's coming in the glory of his Father. But it says he's coming with the clouds. Now, Revelation 6:1, it says he's coming on a white horse. So from what we know from gathering those two scriptures together is he's coming in a mode of transportation. All right? He's going to have transportation. Now, however you want to, I know what it is. It is the chariots of the Most High, what you call UFOs, man. All right? I know that sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Because we got one way he's coming with a cloud, got one way he's coming with a horse. So what can you gather out of that? He's coming on a mode of transportation. All right? So, and it says, all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. Why are you going to mourn? Because you're expecting Cesare Borgia. You're expecting that white man to come through that sky. But when that mad black man come through, oh man, you're going to think about all the dirty little dudes like myself. Been telling you for a long time. He's black. He's black now. He's one of us. But when he pop up and you actually see it, oh man, it's too late then. He's got to take the ultimate lick. All right? So let's get Matthew 26:64. Okay, Yahushua saith unto them, thou hast said, nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. See, there it is again. You're going to see him sitting on that right hand. After that, you're going to see him coming with them clouds and his angels to make war. Understand that. It ain't going to be a cool event. He's coming to make war with you people, man. He's coming to make war with 2/3 of Israel and war with the heathens, man. Ain't no heathen that he gonna say, okay, you're a good heathen. No, man. You're heathen, you're getting war made against you. It's just as simple as that, bro. That ain't my words. That's his words. You're going to find that out as we keep going. Okay? It's just simple as that. So we know he's coming in those clouds. I know it sounds redundant, but we're trying to get this point driven home. Let's get Mark 13:26. Okay? Start at 25. And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Once again. Alright, Mark 14:62. And Yahushua said, I am, and ye shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. There it is again. The man is coming with transportation. He's coming on transportation, bro. Alright? These UFOs that they're trying, that's why they make these independent day and lock it all up. Sweating like a big dog out here. When they come with these movies with aliens coming out the sky and the whole world getting together to fight what's coming out the sky, that is a representative of Yahushua and the nations of the earth to fight him. Like what was X-Men? I believe, when the Chitauri came out the sky and they all had to get together and fight them. Independence Day, they all had to band together and fight what was coming out of the sky. They know. Okay? Salakia. Even when you watch Superman versus Batman, the black lady said the sky split open and he came down and a bunch of people died. They know what it is, man. That's why I'm telling you, if you're part of the army, bro, U.S. Army, NATO Army, whatever army, you're fighting Christ. If you Jake, get out while you can, man. So we know the brother's coming in clouds. We know he's coming on a white horse. Basically, he's coming in a mode of transportation. We know he's coming in all the glory of his Father, so he will not lose. We know he's on the right-hand side of his Father, which he earned. We know he's coming to fight. He's coming to make war, partner, and he bringing his angels with him. He bringing his boys with him, man. Okay? We know this. So now, let's find out who he's going to make war with. Alright, so let's get, start off, first let's get Jeremiah 25:33. Find out what it's going to look like. Okay. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Okay? Dung is boo-boo, man. He's just going to be like boo-boo on the doggone ground. It's just going to wither away. It said the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to the other. Pure death, man. The man coming to kill, bro. I don't know how to put it to you no sweeter than that. Because you know, tell you sweet Jesus. This brother, you'll see sweet Jesus after he finished conquering. He's sitting on that throne. But when that black man cracked that sky, on that white horse, that white cloud, that transportation ride, it's pure ruckus, man. Alright? And it's going to be death from one end to the other. So you ain't going to be able to run from it. So now let's get Revelation 17 and 12. We know that he's going to do a whole lot of killing. And it's going to be from one end of the earth to the other. So it's going to be war all over the earth. Alright? So Revelation 7 and 12. The point is in 14. We'll start at 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords, and King of kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful. So, if you know anything, okay, these 10 kings, the 10 horns, that is your UN, all right? That is your NATO, your EU, okay? That is that 10 horns, man, that EU right there, man. And that NATO, they are going to fight. They just said they're going to make war with the Lamb. Those are people. Those are not demons. Those are not spirits. Those are people, okay? The 10 horns represent the EU and NATO. Those are people. They have armies all across the world. It said they're going to make war with the Lamb. So we understand that it's people he's going to be warring against. So I just told you, if you're part of these armies, get out of there, man. All right. Okay, so now let's go to Revelation 19. Verse 13 to 14. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So now you got his angels, his boys rolling with him. They on white horses, / clouds, / transportation. Okay, the earth is going to be flooded with chariots, bro. Flooded with UFOs, man. Flooded. You understand? Because it said they on white horses too. So you got the sky cracking open, and it's just pouring with chariots, bro. Just like on those movies. You can't say this is far-fetched because you've already seen it on thousands of movies. They've already prepped you mentally for it. You understand? So you can't say what I'm saying, hey, you talking crazy. Please, man. You've already watched it in a movie thousands of times, man. Okay? Now, it said that he was going to be covered, dipped in blood. All right? Let's get Isaiah. No, let's get Isaiah 63 and 1 first. Because when we get to the last precept of this, you're going to see how that all ties in. But let's get Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat? So it's saying that who is this that cometh from Edom? All right, Edom is Esau, the Edomites, the Caucasian race, bro. It's saying that he's coming from the Caucasian race, covered in blood. Covered in blood, bro. Coming from Edom. So much it looked like he been playing in grapes, man. Been stepping all in grapes. This is the war that this man is bringing. And it's specifically identified Edom. Because Esau is the end of the world. So you're the one that's going to have the power to construct all these armies, to fight this brother. And he wants you. Get them together. He wants you to get them. He want to fight. You ever ran across a Jake that like to fight, man? These people will fight you. I got a friend right now, my best friend, like to fight. Yeah, fight all dog all day. You ain't gonna beat no Jake that want to fight. He wants you to come on with it, bro. Okay? It's lock you, man. It's hot out here. So we understand he's coming from Edom covered in blood, man. Edom is the Caucasian race, right? I can't put that no other way. Okay, so now let's get Isaiah 34. Check this out. It's Isaiah 34. Now remember, it said that the host of heaven fell down. Remember, there's 4 heavens. There's where the Most High dwells. There's space. There's sky. The sky, and there's rulership. There's 4 of them. Okay? And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Okay? Talking about that rulership of Edom. They are the host of heaven right now. They're in heaven. Okay? But it's going to be dissolved. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay? Now, this is the Most High talking. And he said that his sword is going to come down upon Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay? Now, we know that the sword, that the Bible is the sword. Okay? It's the word. Now, from John 1:1, we know that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So we know that Yahushua is the Word. He is the sword. So he is the sword that's coming down upon Idumea. Let's get verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. Okay? The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. Let's go back to Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Okay? So the sword is filled with blood because Yahushua is the sword. And just like in Revelation 19, it said he has a vesture dipped in blood. Bow! And blood is going to be the blood of Edomites, man. Not my words, bro. So now that we know who he's fighting, we know he's coming to make war. We know who he's fighting. We know the main antagonist of who he's coming after. Alright? We know that. Now let's go back to Revelation 12. Sorry, y'all. It's warm out here, man. Let's get Revelation 12, 7 and 9. Now watch this. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Now, you just learned from Isaiah 63 and Isaiah 34 who he's coming at. Who's the direct target of it? It's Edom. So Edom represents the dragon. It's not Satan. Okay? And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Okay? Their place is not found anymore in heaven, meaning they're not ruling after the white horse ride. Because Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So he has no more place found in rulership. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Now, understand that when Edom is taken down, bro, that's a wrap. And there's going to be other heathen nations joined unto him to take Yahushua down, man. That's the devil and his angels, bro. Because all these precepts just showed you, and the one I'm about to go to really end it, just showed you that he's fighting humans. So lock it. There's no spiritual 80-foot demon that he's fighting. All these precepts just led you to humans. And then when it got to Revelation 12, it called him the dragon. The red dragon. Same as the red horse. Okay? So all those precepts led you to Revelation 12 and make you understand that Esau is the devil, man. Right? At least the one that the Bible speaks of. So, let me get this. Alright, I gotta go into my other phone. Sad that I don't have an Apocrypha, I'm not going to lie. But I'll be having one soon. Alright, so this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13. And we are going to start at verse 3. Alright, we're going to go down. All that I just read and entail to you, this is going to encase all of that, man. Alright, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen unto him. And that goes back to all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So there it is, of men. Men. Ain't no demons. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So first we had a white horse, then a white cloud, not a great mountain. The brother's coming in a hellified transportation, bro. Okay? But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Meaning they were pissing on themselves scared. But the Lord put the spirit on them to still fight. Those are your UN troops. Those are your NATO troops. I doubt the U.S. even be around by then, by the time Yahushua show up. Heathen's going to be them blow this place off the map, the other nations. So, like I said, you people in the army, you fighting Christ, man. Get out while you can if you Jake. Okay? Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right? That's the whole story of it, partner. When that white horse ride, it's over with. It's over with. You're not going to beat him, bro. You don't know how this man gonna look. They saying everywhere he looked when he came down trembled, and he still fought. All he had to do was open his mouth, and it burnt these people up, bro, with a blast of fire. Sound like a UFO to me, partner. Okay? So now let's see what's going to happen after the war. All right? Revelation 19 and 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. And he that treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty God. Okay? So he's going to smite the nations, just like it said in the Apocrypha. And he's going to rule over them. See, you're going into slavery, man. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. All right? He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So after he makes war, who's ever alive, you going in chains, bro. Okay? How the police say it? You know, no offense, but this is for our safety and for yours. You going in chains. Whatever brothers the elect the Lord done saved after that, you going in chains, man. You going into slavery. Who's ever left, you going into slavery, bro. Okay? So let's get Revelation 24 and 31. No, Salakia. Matthew 24 and 31. Matthew chapter 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Okay? So after he makes war, all before, he's going to gather his elect. All right? His elect is the 144,000. 12,000 from each tribe of Israel. 12,000 men from each tribe of Israel, man. That's his elect. He's going to gather them and bring them back. Okay? He's going to gather and bring them back. Let's see where he's going to bring them back. Because just off that base alone, you're going to see. Let's see. It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 and 2. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. How is he going to set them in their own land? When his son comes back, he's going to blow the trumpet, and his angels are going to gather his elect. Where do you think they're going to bring them? Back to the land of Israel. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. See, that's after the war. Who's ever left, they're going to find you. If I'm part of the elect, I'm going to find you. This same face, big old beard, I'm going to hunt you down, bro, if you're a heathen. All right? I'm going to find you. I'm going to put you in chains, and you're coming back to Israel. Simple as that. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay? So, Negro, Latino, and Native American, we have a lot of oppressors. And the men that are left, that Yahweh Shai deemed as the elect from the beginning, before the foundation of the earth, they're going to gather these heathens, and you're going to go into slavery. And you're going to be brought back to the land of Israel, where you're going to serve out as a servant and a handmaid for 1,000 years, man. That's your judgment. We lived out ours. So now that it's time to live out yours, man up, bro. Man up. It's a hell of a run. It was a hell of a run, bro. Our run just ain't going to end. But you had a hell of a run. Now, in this next run, you're going to be serving. Partner, I mean, I can't make it no easier than that. At least if you're a heathen, you get a chance to serve. If I'm Jake and I'm not the elect, I'm getting put to death. Okay, going back to the pale horse. One of those 4 deaths I'm going to have to taste. If I'm not the elect. Or I'm going to be resurrected and put to death, you know what I'm saying? So if you're a heathen, hey, smile. You still get to serve in the kingdom of heaven. That's good consolation. Who wouldn't want to do that? You get to eat real food, real water. None of these get to live by the laws of the Most High. You're not going to be lied to. It's not going to be homosexual stuff being pumped on your kids. You're not going to worry about if your kids are going to get raped or shot and killed. That's good for heathens or jakes, man. It's just that you will not be on top. Ever. All right? So, verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, from the hard bondage where thou was made to serve. So, that's the whole story. When the white horse rides, okay, when the white horse rides, there is no more horses after that. When the so-called black man on the white horse pops through that sky, it's going to be total war, man. Total war. Total ruckus. And he going to love every minute of it, man. Him and his angels and his elect, they're going to love every minute of it, because the reward is to put to death the ones that put him to death. You're going to say Jews all the Jews didn't put Yahweh Shai to death. Okay? And the ones that did, they represent the 2/3. The ones that didn't, they represent the 1/3, the elect. But you heathens, you know, you heathens, when he comes back, he's not going to differentiate between white people. It was just white Romans putting him to death. So we understand all the horses, man. We done went through them all. All right? Got the red horse, we got the black horse, we got the grizzled and bay horses, we got the pale horse with death and hell, and we got the final one, Yahweh Shai, with the lamb riding. And when he shows up, he's going to make war. He's going to save his elect, okay, according to the scriptures that we just went through thoroughly. And whatever heathens left, he's going to put you in slavery, man. All right? So, done with this little mini-series. Coming on to something else. Appreciate you for riding with me. You know what I'm saying? There'll be more to come on the channel. All praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hope somebody was edified. Shalom.